Hi, in today's video, I'm going to help you to understand what age you would be able to retire if you are currently 35 with about $100,000 in your retirement account. Before we get started, I would really like to encourage you to subscribe to my channel. It will help me to be able to provide you more content like this in the future. So let's explore what it would take for a 35-year-old to retire that currently has $100,000 in their retirement account. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use some basic assumptions here, and we're going to figure out when can this person safely retire. So, okay, starting out, you're 35 years old and you have 100K. Now, some of the basic assumptions that we're going to make is that your annual rate of return on your investment is going to be 10%. Now, if we take a look over here, the S&P 500 historical returns yield approximately that, if not more. As you can see, even in the last 5 and 10 years, it's been even more than that. So in any case, that's a safe assumption we can make on our investments while we're working and while we're saving. Once you reach retirement age, you're going to invest a little more conservatively. So our rate of return for the calculation of our money after we are retired is going to go down to 7%. For the sake of this analysis, we're going to use an inflation rate of 2.5% through your entire life. And we are going to be assuming retirement contributions of 16% through your working years. Now this includes both your contributions and your employer's contributions. So if you have a 401k and your employer contributes, then what that is going to be included in this 16%. And again, right here we have $100,000 in your account right now at the age of 35. And for the sake of this analysis, we're going to assume that you, a single, or you as a couple, are your gross income is $100,000. Now, that'll vary, and basically, the amount that varies, your income required during retirement will vary by that same amount. So if you're making a lot of money and you're a high spender, well, you're going to need to make a lot of money, and you're probably going to be a high spender in your retirement years. So this $100,000 here might be higher, but this number is going to be higher. So you're not going to just instantly change your lifestyle in retirement. So if this number is lower here, then this number is probably going to be lower because, like I said, you're just not going to instantly change your lifestyle. But for the sake of this analysis, we're using $100,000, a nice round number. So let's get to this. You can see down here at the age of 35, you have $100,000 in your account, and you can see this growing as we go down the page. And that is growing through both gains on your investment, this 10%, plus your contributions, this 16%. So that's why this number is growing. And you can see as we move down the page, it's growing, as we get further down here. Now, based on the amount you're going to want to spend in your retirement years, this only has to get to a certain value, okay? And it's going to be less than $5 million, I can guarantee you that. So let's go over to the spending side. Well, actually, let's first look here again. The age in which you're going to be able to retire, based on all these assumptions, is the age of 58. I have it right here. So let's come down here and look at the age of 58. You're going to have roughly $2.5 million, okay? So when we come over here to the spending side, you can see what that's going to look like spending down your $2.5 million. because the thing we want to make sure we don't do is run out of money. So this here is your adjusted gross income based on what it's going to be when you reach 58 with inflation. So using that 2.5% inflation, by the time you go to retire, $100,000 today you're going to need $176,000 then to feel like $100,000 today. So all that is factored into the calculation. And during retirement years, you can see here, you're also getting these raises because things are going to continually start, cost more year after year. So you are going to still need to get raises through your retirement years. Now, let's go back over here for a minute. Again, we're assuming a 2.5% raise every year. Now, on a job, let's hope you get more than a 2.5% raise on average over the years. Things like promotions, switching jobs to make more money, you will more than likely average more than 2.5% over your entire life. But for the sake of this analysis, it's a conservative analysis, we are going to just assume the 2.5% raises through your working years. Now, let's come back over to here. The first few years here, you can see we don't have Social Security factored in because you're too young. If you retire at 58, you cannot collect your Social Security yet. As a matter of fact, I don't have you collecting your Social Security until you're around 66 or so. Now, this age can vary, and the amount that you would get will vary. But in any case, somewhere in that time frame is when you will be able to start collecting your Social Security. Now, when you look at this, you can see the dollars are going down because you are pulling purely from your retirement portfolio. Once you reach the age that you can collect Social Security, this number will start going down less because part of your income over here, this is part of it. So you can reduce the amount you're pulling from your portfolio by the amount that you're going to be getting in Social Security. Now, this Social Security number, who knows what your real number is going to be when you get there? I mean, this is over 20 years away. We all hear about Social Security, they're making changes and all these things. This is really an unknown. You can look it up on the government's website to see what your projected Social Security benefits will be. But again, I would not 100% rely on it, but there will be something there for you. So in any case, these, for the case of this analysis, and you can go ahead and you can take this all with a grain of salt because you may disagree with some of my assumptions, but plug your own assumptions in and kind of think, okay, well, what Dan's talking about is a little bit too conservative for the way I like to think, or it's a little bit too aggressive. Go ahead and make adjustments yourself to be more comfortable with the analysis. And I would also encourage you to revisit your analysis frequently, especially the closer and closer you're getting to that age of retirement. When you're young, I would suggest looking at this at least every 2 years. And once you get into your middle age, I would suggest looking at it more like once every year. And then within 5 to 10 years of when you think you're going to retire, I would say look at it even every 6 months to see if you're on the right track. Because it's a lot easier to make those adjustments earlier on than it is to wait till the end. So in any case, let's keep scrolling down the page here. You can see our portfolio is decreasing over all the years, and we'll run out of money somewhere down here at somewhere in the age of 90. And that's usually what my target is that our money can last till about 90. Now, the other thing to take into account is that you are going to vary the amount you spend through your ages of retirement. When you first retire, especially if you retire early, you are probably going to be a fairly big spender in those years. Because you may travel, you're going to be doing things, you're going to be active. You're going to have more time to be active. So you're going to need more money because you're going to have more time on your hands to be doing these things. So you may even want to bump your money up to $120,000 in the first few years. Now the middle years is probably when you're going to spend the least amount of money because you are going to be less active but yet not need any sort of long-term care. So those will probably be your least spending years, and then you'll probably have to spend more again towards the end when you enter into some sort of long-term care. You may need additional medical care, you may need nursing care, and so on. So you will more than likely have to spend more money again near the end of your life. But for the sake of this analysis, I just keep that flat at the adjusted $100,000 because it's easier and I feel it's a little more of a conservative approach, which is what I like. So this is the bottom line, that you would be able to safely retire at 58 if you are 35 years old right now with $100,000 in your account based on the assumptions we just spoke about. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment down below letting me know what other types of videos you would like me to discuss. So please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and we will see you next time. Thank you.